What if I told you you could run your fastest in any distance with less training? It might sound impossible, but it's totally not. I ran over 32,000 miles, including a 2:43 marathon, but it took me a long time to get there because I made some critical mistakes that 99% of runners still make. But I'm going to tell you exactly what they are and how to fix them so you can run your best a lot sooner than I did.
And that first mistake was all about my base training, what I thought it was, and what is actually more beneficial.
But I know what you're thinking. Greg, I already know what base training is. But let's go back to what the purpose of it is, which is to do a lot of easy running, which builds your capillaries to carry more oxygen to your muscles. But I made two mistakes regarding base training. The first is believing that it's all easy running. Yeah, sure, the majority of your runs are going to want to be that. But you can actually incorporate other physically exerting sports at the same time. So we're thinking stuff like a multi-hour hike, or a long bike ride or swim, or something similar that still works your cardio system in that way. But this doesn't include other sports like soccer or basketball, because that leads me into the second mistake I made about base training. Training requires both speed work and easy running. But hold on a second, isn't speed work kind of the main part of the training plan? I mean, yeah, sure, but that doesn't mean it's exclusive to that. Speed training helps us run faster, while easy running helps us run longer. Okay, so it's super important to include some speed work into your base training. What kind of stuff can you actually do? During your easy runs, you can do like 4 to 6 accelerations that last about 20 to 30 seconds each. Every 3 or 4 weeks, you could run a local 5K or 10K and treat it like a race. You can do a hill run or a mountain run, or one of my favorite things I like to do is 1 minute on, 2 minutes off. When you do this light speed work, it not only gets your muscles a little sharper and more prepared, but also gets you mentally prepared when you start doing the actual speed work in the main part of your training program. I struggle with this next mistake all the time, and so do so many runners, but we never think about it. The phrase, "it's a marathon, not a sprint," totally encapsulates this mistake. People come back from injuries way too early and get hurt again. Others will give up after a bad workout or a bad race, and some people might just stop running because they aren't getting the results that they want. But wait, hold on. Aren't goals a good thing? Why is it bad to have expectations for yourself? When you're not patient, you might come back from an injury a little too early, making it worse. Or you might give up after losing to your rival sibling. No, that has never happened to me. Why do you ask that? Or worse, you lose all confidence after a bad string of races or workouts. No, this has never happened to me either. Stop looking at me like that. Look, overall, it's okay to have goals, but be flexible. Give yourself a little bit of grace. Life happens, and sometimes you're going to need to adjust your training plan. Listen to your body and cut yourself some slack if things don't go as planned. This next mistake goes against everything I thought about running a fast 26.2 mile marathon. Because this race was so long, I thought I needed to just pack in as many miles as I needed to, running at least 70 miles a week, or I would never achieve my goals. So what I started doing is I would run multiple times a day during the week, and I would put in more than 70 miles. I would put in probably close to 80 miles a week. This would include my speed training on top of that. This led me to be really mentally and physically burned out and actually not enjoy running as much. But since I've been working with my coach, he's been having me do about 50 to 60 miles a week, which freaked me out at first because I thought I was going backwards. Instead, surprisingly, I'm actually now faster than I've ever been. And even though it feels weird not running multiple times a day or even getting in my medium long run, I just can't argue with the results. It really is the quality of miles over the quantity. And the result of this was running a 2:43 marathon. And if you want the exact details on how I got there, you can click the video right up here.